Go.
Grand Rising, Elizabeth.
Grand Rising.
Grand
Oh,
Rising.
We got the cute mama head today. She's cute and silly. All right. Cute and silly mama head on the 21st of June.
Yes, I'm here and excited. Even my hair is excited today because it is the first day of summer. And me and my co-host and I, Sister Jackie from Jersey, she has singing training today for her course that she delivers for her students. And we have the lovely Mama Evelyn. Woo woo. Hello, Mama Evelyn.
Hello.
Oh my goodness. I'm so glad to be in service one more time. Mama Evelyn, you looking fabulous in your garden of, what is that, sunflowers in the car. You got a sunflower garden in your car. I love it.
Yeah, Ebony, look at that.
Look, okay. And we have Sister Star with the waterfalls today, Jackie from Jersey with the colors, and Queen Aduni with her still self. While she takes care of a little bit, I need to be doing some business too. Need to be oil peeling. All right, all right. Today is June 21st, the first day of summer. We are here. I was like, how, when, where are we going to get to summer? Because we've been having pretend summers, but now it is really officially summer, and we're about to see what life has in store for us. Because when I tell you, we have been going through the whirlwind, the hurricane, the tsunami of life with things going on. So we like to check in. Everybody, take your time, take yourself off of mute and just check in. Mama Evelyn, check it on in. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling very good, very good. I woke up early and cleaned the litter box because I didn't want a situation like I have had twice with the cat deciding that the litter box was not clean enough. So he went behind the air conditioner, the standing air conditioner, and decided that, I said I wasn't having that situation today. No.
Right. Look, us and our pets, they will find a place and make a space for them to take care of their business. I love you have to really give it to animals because they are brilliant, okay? They're brilliant.
Yes. I that's why I love them, and when I get my studio, I will love them from afar, but they will not be in my space. No, they're like children. They do what you don't want them to do, and I need a little more control. Yes. So I've been up this morning. I've read A Course in Miracles. I've got my timer set so that every hour I say my phrase.
So I want you to do it today. When we become 9 o'clock, we should do it twice today. I want to hear, if you don't mind sharing, I'd love to hear what your phrase for today.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I wanted to remind everybody that next Wednesday is Wisdom Wednesday, and we're doing the shaving cream thing, and I still have kits.
Okay.
I don't know if I could send it out in the mail and it would get to you in time, but maybe we could meet up somewhere and I can, bring them out. Oh, Sheena went to view the school yesterday and she loves it, but it is going to be a little difficult because there's too many stores that we love that we're going to pass.
Listen. There's also a dairy, a ice cream shop and $1.99 Wednesday at a Coney Island. Yep, it's a whole. Don't you'll be okay. When you get with that traffic, you'll be okay. You'll ride right by. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a Walmart. There's yes. See, and that's my daughter's weakness. So if she doesn't come right home, I'll know why.
You weren't supposed to remind me of that part, Mama Evelyn. Ooh, yeah, they got listen, they have everything on that route. But it depends on how you come. I think for a week or so, I came home a different way every day. I never took the same route home. But Van Dyke was my lover. I love Van Dyke. Van Dyke is great. Yeah, I mean Thai food. I mean every kind of soul food, Chinese food, everything you ever thought you ever wanted. And then when you get home, you're like, dang, we don't have all that around. Go to the grocery store and make it.
Yes. Yes, that's something I
Don't
have
be
to do
spending
today.
gas out there.
I have to look that, with Queen of Dooney with the planes, with me is with food. I imagine only cooking when I absolutely want to, but having someone like Mama Razia on the east side, all over the way you can just go and get a meal that is going to fill your soul and it's going to feel good. Yes, that's what I imagine.
Is Dr. Nicole or Sister Danielle going to be cooking at the Lizzie's on the Friday night event?
No.
No?
I got lots of friends.
Yeah, I think
I got lots of friends. I have chef coming that did the cooking at Light Show Bob's for the 3 years we performed every Tuesday there. Brother, yeah, he's cool.
I could feel the flavors going through your body.
Oh my God. Yeah, and on Saturdays we'll have pop-up. So there'll be a different chef there every Saturday.
I'm just helping Mama Evelyn get to her goal. I can see this happening so she can cook and support our other chefs and people in the area.
Yeah. So they get to know for 3 months.
Okay.
Like every Saturday, first Saturday for 3 months.
Okay.
It's, let's just say Mama Razia. On the second Saturday, it's a different or brother. On the third Saturday and the fourth Saturday, and they will do it for 3 months. That helps them establish and all the people that have come through and tell them where they're going to be at next. Wow, so yeah. And then and then we got different people that are going to be doing the Tuesdays with us, that are guests that specialize in stuff that can talk, because it's a conversation. So we do look for people that in the conversation, because we're preparing stuff or talking about stuff, and then there's people at the table talking and sitting right there, or that might be a class that day, that Tuesday, we want to actually show you and have you participate and stuff. And we got it's cool. I was up there yesterday and I removed I removed, I'm gonna locate that picture, but right now I'm not Sun Rising Omani. And so then yeah, it's gonna be, because it's gonna be just a slew of people. One sister, her name is Misty Love. She hosts, she's like a MC, yeah.
Okay.
MC, and a lot of Las Vegas stuff, and that's between the two cities. So when Misty does something, she's bringing singers and stuff with her, bringing entertainment, because she hosts entertainment and stuff. And my husband plays for when they do that. But anyway, so there'll be that. And she likes themes. She likes to, Mama had. She's like, okay, everybody, we're gonna do Las Vegas. Okay, then next time we're gonna do this. So everybody's in red or everybody's whatever. And So yeah, just people are loving what they see, and
That's awesome. That's awesome.
the objective for me is that I don't have to do it. I give you opportunity. I create the space and the opportunities, okay,
Yes. Yes.
for people
Yeah.
to express themselves. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I do.
I
And
love
and then move on. Spiritually, at the church kind of thing, I am considered it went right out there. You had the
it's
prophet,
there. It's there.
you had the prophet, and you have the evangelist. I'm not the evangelist. I'm not the prophet, that one in between who goes and sets up the churches and moves on, put the people in place and move on. It's not the prophet, it's not the evangelist, because
It's not the deacon, it's not the stewardess. Is it the stewardess that set up everything? Who is it that sets up everything?
the star, who is that? You got the evangelist. The evangelist goes and stirs up everything, and then
What's
leaves,
the
and then the
intercessor?
pastor got to sort it out.
Is it the reverend, the deacon, the doctor, or the Doug? Our Reverend Deacon Dr. Doug. No, that
Is
ain't
it the intercessor or the deacon?
No.
Usher?
These are people who go to different locations. Deacons, that's part of staff.
Oh,
Evangelist,
evangelist.
no.
disciples. Disciples.
Apostle.
No, that's the person that.
Apostle.
Apostle.
Okay.
I am an anointed. I'm anointed as an apostle. I go in, I set it up, I get the people in, I pull, send the evangelist out to stir it up, stir it up,
The apostles.
and then they leave. Bam, they gone.
Right. To the next
Pastors
place.
there, like, whoa, and then and then you integrate and set up, and then and the apostle comes in, gets it all set up, and then say, okay, y'all good?
Y'all
Okay,
left
I'm
in good
moving to the
hands.
next city. I'm moving
That's
to
it.
the next city.
Apostle. I'm gonna look at that word, apostle.
Apostle.
It's really a joy to me to get to know, the etymology of words, because we've used, there's so much that we've used unknowingly, used so many words and repeated for so long, not being aware. And I love how how we would get words in school and we had to use them in a sentence. You did a very good job. You gave us a picture, because I'm somebody that when people talk, I'm drawing as they're speaking, because I'm a visual person. So if they talk and I can get a picture, I will understand them. Now, my interruptions are, wait a minute. You on the next page and I'm still attempting to get the subject, the topic. So sometimes that's my interruption. And like, Mama, you gotta let me finish. I was like, Baba, but now you're in the deep end of the pool and I'm still standing on the side shivering because you didn't tell me that the water was warm. You know what I mean?
Good analogy.
Yes. Because I'm an earth sign and I don't want to get too muddy. I don't want to get watered down. I can do sandy, I can do a beach. I can be sand on the beach. But me getting too, when you make your mud pies, it's got to be a certain consistency. If you put too much water on, I'm all over the place.
Sliding into
So I did that analogy, and it so much helped Haru understand. I said, when you communicate like water. Water goes everywhere. There's nowhere, even with a sealed tight shut bottle. Even if you shake it up a little bit, when you open that bottle, that stuff is coming out. It's coming out. So I told Haru that one day. I said, I'm an earth. I understand in a different way than you, water or air or fire. He was like, wow, Mama Head, I get that. And then I told him, I said, and then you're a physicist. I said, so we'll ask you a question about I might ask you about, talk to you about mud, and you're gonna tell me about how the granules will move across the planet. And I'm like, wait a minute, I just wanted to talk about the part right here. You over here on another planet talking about the substance on other. I'm like, hold up a minute, man. You know. So that's my little da da da. And we don't have arguments. We have our friends call it. They said you guys have tennis matches. And if it gets too tense, one of our brothers said, you all do better when you type on a computer. So type it out. And we do better. So it's a quiet.
Right. You know, Phil's family, that's how they communicate when they talk together, because they are so, everybody got to talk. Everybody, you know, you don't, it's always, you're not listening. You're not listening. You're not listening. You're not, all of them say, you're not listening. Nobody's listening to me. And
They
so
need a talking thing.
no, they just text. They'll go, they'll text for an hour because you have to read it.
Yes.
So anyway, but really, literally from COVID, that's how they started, and they get along. Well, I mean, they get along, love their family.
It flows a little
But
better.
nobody listens. Everybody has to be louder than the other. And the baby sister, the one girl, oh my God, oh my God. And so, I mean, and they it's on the verge of arguing, but the heavy discussion about music, okay, about music, about just anything. It could be about this piece of paper, and there's gonna be somebody that's opposite. And anyway, they are funny.
Wow.
And then, I think about when Reverend Omani told us about the way we listen. Like if you got that, like that one family, I might be the one family. They like, Angie she's going to be against whatever we say, I came up tunnel vision. And once I took the psychology classes, it taught me how to open up, because especially I would say, okay, let's do one about mama. So I'm like, you gotta nurse your baby. And then I met a woman who told me once she nursed her baby, she realized that she had trauma. She didn't realize it. She didn't remember it until she got ready to nurse her son. And all her trauma came up. But she said she was able to get over that hump. But I don't think about stuff like that. I know that I was able to, or when I was working at the schools, I'm telling children, you need to have a place to study, a place to the teachers like, Miss House, they might not have furniture at home. They might not have a desk and a chair. And I'm like, I don't care. Go sit in the corner. Go sit in your corner, make your space. You can get Listen, you get your cardboard box and make you a cubicle. Listen, I'm crafty. I did watching too much Mr. Dress Up and Mr. Rogers, okay? They made stuff out of everything.
Yeah. That's good, Mama. That's good.
Listen, my mother wasn't having it. We all had to study. When we came home from school, and we had the type of mother that, all the children went to school together. So you come home, we go on to Mama Sandra and Daddy Jane's house, and Mama Sandra got all the baby. We all at the dining room table. You gonna get that homework done, because you're not going home. You're gonna do the homework right now, and then y'all can play the rest of the day. We knew how to get it done. You get your homework done so we can go outside. And you don't have to come in to eat, because you got fruit out there. You got the water hose. Nobody came in the house all day except to go to the restroom. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. See, that's the village. When they come home, we go to this house. We get that done. You go out and play in Mama Head area. You go do this. That's the neighborhood.
Yep.
That's the village taking care of our children. Not only our children, our elders.
Each other. That's right.
Each other. That's the word. Taking care of each other.
Anybody else want to check in?
Ain't nobody here but me and you, Mama Head. What you talking about? Ain't nobody here but you and me.
No. Lolly at the hair salon. Lolly, who's your stylist today, Lolly?
Oh, I have 2 stylists today.
Hi.
And Harmony.
Gorgeous.
Oh, those my sister. Are Are those my artist sisters I met on Sunday at the
Sunday,
barbecue?
yeah.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah. Did you show them the
Okay, you
picture,
gotta take a
Lolly?
picture of that.
Oh, I didn't show them the picture.
You got to show them the picture that I did with the altar and the artwork that they left.
I know, I do. Let me see.
So
Okay,
yeah,
I'm-
Lolly's at the hair salon. Who are your stylists today? What are their names?
We got Nadia and Harmony.
Hi, Nadia and Harmony. I'm coming next.
You gonna do her hair next? Okay. She said, yep.
I need to make an appointment. All right. Awesome. So how you doing today? You still resting? Because I think I've been asleep for 2 days.
I'm moving about. I'm still up and around, so I'm
Good.
okay. Yesterday I was tired though. Oh no, what's yesterday? No, Monday. Monday I was tired.
Uh-huh.
Put your picture, put your camera back, because I'm gonna take a picture of the three of y'all.
All right, there we go. What's the name of the salon? What's the name of your salon?
What's the name of the salon? Huh? What we call this place? Ow.
She like,
Girl.
be still. She like, turn your head around and be still.
Oh my, yeah.
I don't think they have a name.
Well, they have to, I want them to come up with a name when they can.
You want to show her your
She
new
is
art?
Brady. How old are you, honey?
How old are you, Nadia? 5.
5. Wow.
Harmony.
it.
How old are
That-
you, Harmony? You're not 2. She's 3.
Mm-hmm. Oh no! Oh! I got it on camera. I got it. Because we doing the children's youth class braiding.
Oh.
So whenever I can see a child braiding, I try to snatch their picture. Now I don't try. I snatch their picture, so I can, for promotion and stuff. I know I have to get their permission. Well, I have your permission. No. So yeah, we do. Kiki teaches the children, and it was so awesome. A little boy from the barber shop next door came and saw the braiding, and he said, "I want to do that." So we have a picture of a little boy braiding hair just like her. I mean, doing a
Wow.
good job too.
Wow.
I guess that would have been fame, though.
Yeah.
Just never thought of that.
Yeah.
Oh, girl, you got to put her in the class when we do it. I'll make sure you know.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Let me know.
Mm-hmm.
She's already an entrepreneur. Ready to make that money with her little friends. There you go.
Mm-hmm. We'll go stand downtown or somewhere, or go stand. Oh yeah, we can do it at one of our events outdoors, and have the kids braiding hair.
Braid hair.
And have Mama Nawili show them how to wrap with the yarn and stuff. Oh, that would be wonderful.
It would.
Yeah.
That'd be so cute.
I would really like to Mama Het, we need to set a date, because I'm ready to play. Watching those adults play on Monday was so beautiful. And I still haven't posted pictures. I do apologize. But I just love it. I love it. I love what they come up with, and it's a beautiful thing to see. The kids, what is that art? Because I have this lady's card, I'm gonna call her. What is that art where you take a folded piece of paper, a piece of art paper, but you put dots of paint on one side, then you close it up, and
the ink blot stuff?
Huh?
It's like ink blots or something.
Yeah, is that what it's
But
called?
you're saying you rub it and smash and open it up?
Yeah, and it comes up into a beautiful. I think that's be a good craft for kids to do.
Okay. I like that, because I know one time we did it, we wrote our names and smashed it and opened it up and saw what your name, we wrote our names in cursive, I think, in one art class. Did
Mhm.
our names in cursive and smashed the paper together and opened it up and looked at the shapes that it created.
Ah, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. But I want to get with my with my friend and just
Okay.
bring a whole lot of stuff over there and just yeah. Did we say
Okay.
we talked about having stations, right?
Hey, look, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do. That space it's a nice big space, and we have a tent to cover. We have one tent, but we have great tree coverage on one side. That's why everybody was sitting on one side because the sun chased. It's so funny when you're out for a day. The sun will chase you if you put yourself in a good space because the sunset it does rise here and goes this way. What south? It's in the south that it does that. You want south facing windows when you have a house because that'll be a window that always gets sunlight. When the sun is up, whatever.
Mhm.
However that goes. But yeah. And sometimes I know when I work with Sandy, let's move the table over, Mama Head, because the sun is now it's on top. I say it depends on when you set up because it does that thing, it goes over. So if you place yourself in a good spot, it's easy to travel around the square or whatever. But yeah, it's a really good space to to operate in. It works. It works. It works. Yeah. Yeah, I think stations would be great. Because then it'll help break up that sitting, because sometimes sitting for long time, you can get a little sedentary. So yeah, I think that'd be good. I think that'd be great. However, we could do it all kinds of ways and tweak it until we get it the best way possible.
I've got 3 tables.
I got one.
3 tables.
And I got a 6-footer.
Yeah, I got a 6-footer and 2 4-foot.
Okay.
I have a couple of tents.
See, there we go. And I got a what you call it, the canopy thing. I got the canopy. Oh, it does have sides. I guess it is a tent. But you can do canopy, and then if you need it, it's got the little sides.
Nice.
Zip
Nice.
on.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Sounds like a plan.
Yes, yes.
I got you in my book for Sunday. ISIS, is that or is it next Sunday?
Oh, tomorrow. Yeah. Sunday. Oh my gosh, what's the day? My cousin thought
It
it
was
was
tomorrow.
Friday. Yeah, my cousin thought it was Friday. She got me messed up. I'm just messed up. Yeah.
Okay. So what's happening Sunday?
Sunday is Isis decided to do her open house. Yeah. Her open house from 3 to 5. And if you want to come later, no, I'm sorry. Is that right? 3 to 5? No, 3 to 8.
From
I
3
don't know.
to 8, then from 8
something. And then 8
till
we're gonna do
11.
bonfire. Yeah.
Yeah, bonfire.
Yeah.
So in her space, her
In the space. In the space.
Okay.
In the space. At the park.
Okay.
At the Ecosphere
Okay.
Technology.
Her open house. So what is this? Is celebrating her graduation?
Yeah. She's calling it. Let me see what she called it. I got it's a lot of plates on my table. Not a lot of things on my plate, but it's a lot of plates on my table. Hold on, let me see. Okay, it's called her graduation celebration and bonfire.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 to 8. I don't know why I said 3 to 5. 3 to 8, and then the bonfires from 8 to 12.
Yeah.
Right over there at Ewald and San Juan. So Reverend Amani, you want to check in? What you got going on? I know you still having the
unpack all the knowledge that you got imparted into your brain, poured into you.
I see her twisting. We on mute. Are you ready to talk to us, Reverend Amani? Reverend Amani.
She just now zooming in. Did you see? She wasn't paying no attention. Yes, she was.
Okay, calling me out. Good morning, Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
That's where we see you. We see you.
She working. I see her twisting.
No, I'm just planning my hair, twisted it up already. I'm trying to see what I'm gonna do today. I got class tonight, so
Okay.
okay. What y'all want from me? What y'all had me? Y'all
Just
had a
to
question?
check
I forgot.
in, a check in, a hello, or what,
I'm
what's on the
good.
mind right now.
I'm listening for. I'm trying to. I'm trying to listen to see what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm like, shoot now.
Right.
But I guess we'll keep on playing the manifesting game. It's working pretty good. So we'll keep on playing. Yeah,
Right.
manifesting game doing good. Ebony knocking it out the park. The manifesting game. Holding
Yes,
something in your
yes.
hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she knocking it out the park. Takrisha knocking it out the park. She done took it to another level. Held some key pot in her hand and made her a car. I'm like, damn, that was fast. The
Okay.
hell?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
I remember.
Yep. So,
Go ahead.
oh no, I'm just and I'm thinking about the next circle ready to start. They knocking on the door, pushing through. I'm like, oh Lord, wait a minute.
It's overlap. I love it. The overlap. They ready.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
the overlap. And then four participants in my other circle, they done went to Egypt.
Uh-oh.
And girl, it is oh, they've been cutting up. Master teacher Aziz does not be playing. And these four women who went, three of them is rebellious sisters.
Oh. Wow.
Aziz don't be playing that, right? You got to go in there and act like you're a damn soldier. Hello, I'm a
Mm-hmm.
soldier in the army of the Lord. And they want to talk about we want to go swimming.
Oh boy.
I know, right? They over
Yeah,
by
you
the
got to
Red
go on
Sea.
your own time, not on Ezesh's time.
I know, because who Aziz
Mm-hmm.
says is you want to go swimming. Okay, you can be on vacation, but I'm doing spiritual initiate, so you can be on vacation if you want to. So I done talked them down from that. They've been calling me from Egypt trying to get themselves clear so they can stay in the class. Oh Lord. And then Aziz is like, okay, they don't know how to go in there, just be cool. So they go in there talking stuff. Aziz said, how did asking her people? Now, how did these three people get in here? Here they go. Well, we come from Reverend Omani. I'm like, oh my God.
Like you haven't told us the what you have to do with her
Oh,
in that
Girl,
particular class. I guess they're learning though. And
I
they
guess they
She has said
girl,
it on more than one occasion.
mm-hmm.
girl.
Are
Talking
their souls set to get in the Nile,
mm-mm.
or are they attempting to go get in a swimming pool?
No, honey, they on the other side of Egypt. They on the Red Sea side. They
ooh.
over there getting initiated like Moses. Moses, your faith is getting challenged on the Red
Uh-huh.
Sea side. That's about
Right.
let my people go.
Go.
That's the side they on. They dealing with all their restrictions in their mind.
Mm.
So
So they
all of that's
running.
getting.
Sound like
Oh yeah,
running.
totally.
Okay.
And the Course of Miracles is about, she giving you some information about yourself. So where y'all just like her? We not like her, all three of them just like her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
You know, funny
mm-mm.
because
I didn't have no problems like that.
right. I was talking to
Go ahead.
Ebony and Lakeisha, and I stayed on after Monday. And I was telling them, I said, some of these things that we fear are the very things that we're supposed to be doing. Some of those fears are our passions, and you're staying back away from it because you want to, it's what you really need. It's that thing, but you're afraid to go to it. Because Ebony talked about, she was saying how afraid she was of politics,
Mm-hmm.
and this whole how that how that whole thing works. And she said, Mama had, once I went on into it, I saw what it really was. You make it your own. You may see the things that happen, because I see a lot of people go in with a good heart and they come out and they just, they get ransacked. If you're not down, because they can manipulate you in such a way. But if you learn how to manipulate, when you learn the game and learn how to work the game, you can make the game work for you. But you still gotta go in and learn it. because she said, I can go in here. She said, I would be afraid to talk to people. She said, when I went in there, I was talking to everybody. She said, I let everybody know what I said, see that fear. It's just to keep you from your passion. But once you bust through it, you're like, what was I
But
afraid of?
that's the whole that's the whole deal about all of it though, Mama Head. If you don't know the process of how to break through your fear, you know,
Right.
you got to know how to get through. If you don't know how to
Yeah.
get through, that's why so many people just stay stuck. So
Uh-huh.
that's so come, my thing that I have gotten from doing the work is you got to know what the law is.
Mm-hmm.
You got
Yes.
to know what you got to know what the practice is, and you got to know the process to how to get out of the thing. Those are the things that you got to know, and most people don't know that. They just go through till they finally figure it out. But it's a method to the madness, like you said. It's a game, and you just got to know the rules of the game.
Haru
Everybody don't know the rules.
Haru sent me something yesterday. It says you have to take a risk, or you will be doing the same shit for the rest of your life.
Yeah, yeah. And it, and it's not okay. So this is the part that's really really deep. That in my training, okay.
I love it when she says,
What?
I
okay,
know when she going deep.
okay,
When she
you know
does it.
she's
Okay,
going somewhere deep. She
hold up.
Yeah, because
okay,
Holy
okay.
Spirit be telling me where to go. I'd be like, okay, you want me to go there? Oh Lord, I'm over here trying to just
It's the
listen
map.
to
It's
them,
the map.
trying to listen to the thing. Okay, so what we really, really, really dealing with is the words that, like you was talking about earlier. What are we saying? In the beginning, there was the word, and the word was void. So your words are what's caused. Your words create your world. So we don't pay enough attention to what we're saying because what we're saying is creating our world.
Yeah.
Right. So, I was talking to some ladies last night and I kept saying they're wild, I forgot what word I was using, but I was just saying my folks in Egypt, they just on the wild, right? She was like, okay, if you keep saying they on the wild, they're gonna be on the wild. I immediately said they are having the most best time ever. They are just creating their lives and they're living because guess what? That's what they'll do. So, Mama Head, you talked about it earlier when we were talking about listening. It's not only listening to other people, but how we listen ourselves. What's your already always way of listening yourself? Right? I used to have, I know that I will piss people off because I'm a straight shooter. I'm a direct shooter, and people think that that's rude or whatever, but that's my makeup. I talk straight, I talk direct, and I'm authentic. Right? So it's like that's my listening of myself. But I actually changed that to what I have to say about life makes a difference for other people. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings or get them upset. I'm actually out in life wanting and being someone who makes a difference with others through communication.
Right. Right.
Right. And so it's like, what's your listening of yourself? Which is a great question because how do you listen to yourself? Like, a lot of, I know I have for a long time, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. That's not the truth.
Ignoring self.
So one of the things that when I went to Vegas, she was
Wait, you going in and out. You going in and out. Start over.
For
Start over when you said when you went to Vegas because you breaking up. Oh, no.
Vegas was taking the fifth out of the third dimension into the fifth dimension. So now we're moving because the divine feminine is through. Huh?
When you said when you went to
saying?
Vegas, you were going in and out. So I need you to start when you went to Vegas and start over.
Okay. Her thing for the conference was taking the fifth. So she's like, okay, it's time for us to start coming from and being from and speaking from the fifth dimension. Stop talking about what you're not. Talk about what I am. And so if you start listening to yourself, I'm not talking about listening to myself. I got a lot of I'm not in there.
I ain't gonna.
And I have
I'm not.
Right. Well, okay. So one of the ones I got from Sagaru is this. Saga was talking about love and you know, I have it that when I have a difficult situation with somebody, okay, Omani, just be love, be love. Okay, I gotta go in here, I gotta be here they come. Let me just be love when I talk to them. And so it's like something I always gotta work on, be love, because I'd be like, right. So okay, no, don't do that. Be love. Right. And you know, okay, so it's sort of like Sheila. Sheila sort of come from love. I'd be like, what's your problem?
No sister left
I'm
behind.
more like, I'm more like, get that together. Oh, wait a minute, this is so funny. I gotta share that. Sheila had somebody call me up talking about they want some coaching. I was like, girl, I'm like, you gave her to me because you try to be nice. And honey, that conversation she in don't take nice. That conversation take, girl, cut that shit out. That's the conversation she need to be in. But she
Right.
was so nice. She not gonna say that. She go sort of go along and, you know, affirm you and let you know it's gonna be all right.
Slap them around real
Wait
good.
a minute. I called Sheila back. I was like, girl, that girl needs some help. Why you send her to me? I'm up here minding my own business.
Because, and I said, because I know you the one. Even if she ain't ready for her, you know,
She ain't ready. She ain't ready for
she
me.
ain't
No.
ready for her.
No, she is not ready, not at all. I knew as soon as I asked, but you know, my spirit don't be fooling me because I asked her as soon as she got on the phone, are you willing to do the work? I'm always doing the work. Okay, I knew we had a problem right there.
And even the way she said it, the way she delivered, and how she chose to
I already knew
process.
it was a problem, but I went in anyway. I went in, but I started asking her some pointed questions. She was like, "Oh, I got to call you back. I got to think about that." I ain't playing. But
Wow.
what? But so from what I got from Saga, I no longer have to be love. I am love.
I am love. Yeah,
I am love. I don't have to be. I'm a double Libra. That ain't nothing but love coming at you.
that's right.
I'm just love.
That's
Really,
right.
for real. And all I want to do is make a difference for you for your foolishness.
Right.
You know, even as a little kid, I can look at adults and go, why they doing that? That's so foolish. So I always knew, you know, that's so stupid. Why they I used to get bopped in my mouth all the time because I'd be
Yep.
looking at people with my mouth open going,
That's
now what
stupid.
is that basic
I have the
malfunction? My
biggest
mama
lips
would
in
be like,
my family because of that. My mother would pop because I
yep,
would say right, I will roll right up. Why she got a wig on?
yeah,
Look, why she got on the wig, Mama?
yep. So Leah, like that. So I really that's where this whole thing is moving to. What are you really saying about yourself in your life?
What's
Yes.
out of
Yeah.
your mouth?
What are you
Because
saying?
we're quick to say what we don't. I don't want to. Why don't we save that breath and say what you're going? I want to get in my. I want to get in this car, go get some gas, and go to this event. Blah, boom.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And so I get a lot of that of where I am not something. I am not doing that. I am not going there. I am not eating that. Even the little baby said to me, he ain't little, he 8. He said, oh Monty, you know you're a picky eater. He's a real picky eater. He was like, oh Monty, you know you're a picky eater too. I was like, no, I am not. What are you talking about? I am not a picky eater. He was like, oh yeah, you're a picky eater. I thought about that. I was like, dang, George, you know what? You are right. I am a picky eater because
But listen, a picky
no,
eater knows a picky
he
eater because they
watching and
picky eater.
The pot calling the kettle.
Yes.
I'd be like, nah, I'm not. No, no, thank you. The 8-year-old, because no, I'm a picky eater.
Mm-hmm. Mama Hat,
Yeah, I'm a picky
So
eater.
we have a guest. I don't know if that's
yeah,
a guest or
yeah. Thank you so much, Reverend Omani. I appreciate all you covered. I love that you touched on all the subjects. We can get it in. We get it in here. So yes, family, I just want to introduce my guest is Sister Kay from Art in Motion.
Hey,
The
welcome.
beautiful, the
Hey.
dynamic, the hostess with the mostest. Okay,
Morning, ladies.
this is our Elizabeth group, and I am so glad that you accepted the invitation. I sent Kay a message. She called me yesterday with a project, and I was able to make a phone call and ended up finding out that the people that I was calling knew Haru's father very well. So I've already sent Dad a message and everything. And so I wasn't able to complete the task, but I was able to pass it on. So, Kay, I just want to say thank you for remembering me and asking me. And so I sent her a text. I said, Kay, I was like, what you doing tomorrow from 8 to 9 and 9 to 10? And I didn't get a message. But this morning I woke up, I was like, oh, I forgot to send the link. So today, baby, when I tell you she clicked on this link and came on up in this Elizabeth session, I love my people. I love my people. I think we all came from the spontaneous womb of let's do it. So I would like to introduce Sister Kay. We both went to Bethel AME Church, and I would see her a couple times, but I ended up working on Livernois, and we rejoined and became even deeper sisters in love and movement and action. I love action, and Kay is a very talented artist. So, Kay, if you can, come on camera, introduce yourself to my Elizabeth sisters. We like the cake and cupcakes and cookies and pies in here. I'm thinking of sweets this morning. Hey, babe.
Good morning. Look, good morning, ladies.
Grand Rising, how are you?
I'm
Welcome.
wonderful. When you asked, you said, well, what are you doing between 8 and 10? And I was like, I'm asleep.
Right.
Well, girl.
So you can see I am in my bed.
Girl,
Just
I just
getting
done
the
got
day
to the edge
started.
of the bed now.
But so thank you for welcoming me. I just came on and listening to all these positive messages is just wonderful. Just, and this is what makes my day. Hey, today's supposed to be the longest day of the year, and what a way to start it. So thank you for welcoming me. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we go way back. It's always so funny. I always say, they say we're 6 degrees of separation, but I always say in the city we only about one, maybe 1.5. Somebody knows somebody who knows somebody who related. It's always something that there's some relation, and it's always good to me to be a part of that connection. So thank you for welcoming me this morning.
Are we referring you as K or?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Kay is my middle name. Marlene, as I call it, is the government name. And so that is my first name, Marlene K. And Willingham is my married name. Yep. So I run Art in Motion, a ceramic studio and gallery. It's located on the Avenue of Fashion, 19939 Livernois, which I'm just actually north of Pembroke, near New Prospect Church. And coming up, believe, do you know I'm coming up on 10 years?
Wow.
I know, I shake my head too. I'm just looking like, oh my God. So yeah, so this fall will be 10 years that I have been in business. And it's been probably one of the most craziest, wonderful things I have ever done in my life. They say, I have a sign. Well, I should say I have a sign in my space when you come in. It says, "This is your life. Find a passion and pursue it." And it's got different quotes. Fall in love, dream big. Laughed every day. And so, anytime I have as they say, a moment, that's why I go in and read. And it just, and at the end of it, it says, "Make every moment count." And like right now, this is a moment. We making it count.
Yes.
So and that's what matters. But yeah, I love what I do. I do classes, parties, workshops, for all ages. Excuse me, I got my morning tears. You trying to wake up. So, but yeah, it's wonderful. Actually, this weekend, was Juneteenth celebration on the Avenue, and it was wonderful. They had a step show. in the parking lot that's located next to me, and that was, very nice to see. I had about 10 my own artists, ceramic students that showcased and showed their work. So
Awesome.
that was cool. Um, and then Sunday, Father's Day, I did a
Mm.
jam. I did a jam session with some friends that I have really grown up with. And actually, the last time we did one was right before COVID. It was literally
Mhm.
the week that COVID started, and we had to close the city down. So they were there, but this time they came to me and said, "Okay, we're gonna do this, and it's gonna be June 18th." And I said, "Well, that's Father's Day." And he said, "Yeah, okay." I said, "Oh, okay." I said, we're gonna
Awesome.
make that. We're gonna make a day of it, and it really was. I probably had the most people I've ever had. Well, consider I'm in a larger space, but it was well over
Wow.
60 people.
Dang.
Folks were standing outside. The air stopped working. I had to open up the doors to get some
Right,
circulation.
right.
But it was wonderful. They also offered to we've taken donations in the past, but this time they wanted to say, okay, why don't we do something for your kids' camp? And so we did, and so we
Okay.
raised $500.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
That's all right.
I was probably more blown away than anything else, and so I'll at least be able to, send 3 kids to camp, and
Yes.
gave them over a third of the money just to, say thank you, give you some gas money, because
Yeah.
this is free. It's a free concert.
Right.
And there's some local yokels that you all probably know. Stuart Skaggs, Daryl Pierce, Randall Wilson, Charles
Ran.
and Gwen, Charles and Gwen Scales. Oh
That
shoot,
my
there's a couple.
cousin. That my cousins.
Okay, there was several. There were
And
several. It was
Marsha,
about. Mhm.
didn't Marsha sing too with them? I think she
Yes,
said that also.
Marsha and Todd
Yeah.
Evans.
Yeah.
So and I think and her daughter, the two of them sang together, which they said that hadn't happened in a long time.
Right.
That was
That's the tap dancer. She
okay.
taps.
Okay.
Uh-huh. She did
Okay.
Salt City with Jessica Care Moore. She was the
Mm,
star of the show. Hmm.
nice, nice,
Now the
nice.
okay, I need to go back to Saturday because
Yes,
the HBCU was that the
yes,
one that was there? Okay, so that was
yes,
the one Lolly put together. Lolly, are you there? Lolly's at the salon. Lolly, who put that together, I think she was the curator for that project.
yes.
She's here
Molly,
in
I
the
remember.
Olympics. Uh-huh. There we go.
Yes,
That one
we.
degree of connect. I say 6 degrees of connectivity. I don't even say separation no more. I say connectivity.
Yes,
Everybody connect
absolutely.
by six
So
ways by one person. It's crazy. I love it.
yes,
So
yes,
wow,
yes.
I'm so excited to hear about all that has happened over the weekend. That sounds
Mm,
like a beautiful
it
domino fall.
was.
Everything
It
just fell
was.
together. That's
Definitely.
incredible.
Definitely
So
was. It was a blessing.
Yeah, it's the ones that just fall together,
mm,
impromptu, that
yeah,
just blows you out the water.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was glad that you said something about the what happens in there, because I was going to ask you, do you have parties and like
Yeah.
maybe the Elizabeths come over there as a group and
Yeah.
make some stuff. Let me see.
I,
Kay has our kind of parties, Queen. Trust
yes,
You see
me.
mine?
Oh
yes. Oh,
wow.
beautiful.
Well,
Ooh.
Nice.
I did that. I did this for my cousin's 50th birthday. I went to Omaha, Spokane.
Nice.
No, I'm sorry, Spokane, Washington. And that's when she turned 50. And
Mm,
she's since passed, but that was so much fun, Kay, just sitting
Yes.
there, just get into your world. And of course, hers look different from mine because this is
Nice.
Sheila. This is
Beautiful.
Queen of Duties,
Right, right.
obviously. I love
awesome.
it.
Beautiful.
So we definitely going to come and hang out over there. And
Well,
all
I do.
the artists that we have in the midst of us, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do parties of all kinds. And even okay, so even after all the weekend, I still had to come back Monday morning, 9:30 yesterday, and I had 19 girls from
Wow.
I don't know if they were from Southwest Detroit. They were from an organization, Mercy. I got to think of the name of them. But anyway, they really did it up. Painting, it was a paint your own pottery is what I call these workshops, and made some beautiful pieces. Ladies just kind of let them go, and they spent good money, which was nice to see. But it was, it's nice when folks spend money, which is great. We always want to like my profits, but to see the outcome of what people can do is just always just mind blowing to me.
Yeah.
And when folks come in and say, "Oh, I'm not artistic. I don't have any art ability," I said, "Look at you.
Yeah.
Look,
Look, talk to the hand.
I said, right. I
You don't
said,
talk to the head. Talk to the hand. It's the hand that's creating. The person, the head don't even know what they getting ready to do.
and I tell them that all the time. I said, I said, life is very simple. I said, you need two things with the clay: your hands and your brain. That's it. And I said, with everything else is all extra. And I said, there's a Picasso in every single one of us. The way you look, your hair, your glasses, what you have on, the kind of car you drive, your style, all of that is an artistic expression of self.
Get
And
them, Kay.
we all are there. You have nothing to be ashamed of and everything to be proud of and to boast about. And so, and that's what I try to encourage, with anybody that comes into my space. I have several special ed brothers that come in to see me every week, and a couple of them were part of the show this weekend, and both of them also sold something. So
Okay.
that was encouraging to them to know that their art is worthy and that they are worthy, and so that's very important to me.
I was just thinking when you said that, Kay, that I was picturing something I saw on one of those reels or something where the woman didn't even have hands or arms and was painting with her feet. And she only had 2 feet, toes. She was throwing down like the master pictures that we see on here. Oh, no joke. So
yes,
there's art in all of us. I mean, even when how you see a person that has everything, and they have but they don't use the hand, and they don't use this part, and they'll take that little part right there and swirl that paint in here and go like that with that, and all they're using is this. And I had a friend anyway, I had a friend out of town, and see what you do when you go when they do their parties, they have a big piece of paper on the floor, and you have to take your toes and you put a marker in the toe, and you have to write your name.
Oh wow.
It was so fun, so much fun. Yeah, so art can be in anything. Anything. Yes. Right, Reverend? I want to say Reverend Evelyn.
Yes, right.
Reverend
I'll call Reverend Mama.
Reverend
and I call, we got so many. Yeah.
He is a reverend of art. You are right.
In our own way, we're all mamas. We're all preaching in our own way. We're all queens.
You're so right.
We're all
Absolutely.
Just call me. Just call me. Just remember to call me for dinner. Okay, call me what you want, but call me for dinner. Call me for love.
But it's so funny you mentioned that big. Right. It's funny you mentioned that big piece of paper, because baby, when Lolly came in with a roll. I was like, all right. And I was looking for a flat plate. I was like, oh my gosh, we got to have a flat surface so we can. Lolly was like, Mama Head, I'm just gonna unroll this paper. We gonna paint on. It was phenomenal what the babies did.
Wow.
And I was like, ooh, oh my gosh, that paper roll. She had a roll, like the teachers have. You can sometimes people use it for paper tablecloth, and or the paper that the teachers use to decorate their bulletin boards. Baby Lily came with that, and I was kind of sad. I was like, where's the rest? She left the paint, but I was like, where that roll at? Where that roll? But I love that. And they went to town, and it came out really, really phenomenal. Hold on 1 second.
Nice.
Wow, I'm so excited. I'm so excited about everything. It's been, this celebration to see Detroit. I mean, there were parties there were celebrations
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah.
They were everywhere and all weekend. That's Detroit. We know. It was just phenomenal that even Royal Oak and Birmingham, they had Juneteenth celebrations. Detroit, the Quinder Cut, Eastern Market, Livernois. We had something on the north end, all of our very prominent areas, the places where we settled to when we first got here. Hamtramck was one place that a lot of Black families settled to, and then they north end, and then right over there outside of Hamtramck. And these are all of our spaces. Highland Park, Mama Shoe was riding in the back of a convertible, honey. She was the queen and sitting on the back, So, we had parades and art events. We were doing everything we have contributed to this planet. It's just phenomenal. And so
I hope it gets bigger
want
next year.
Huh?
I said I'm hoping it gets bigger next year.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I just want to share, so I don't forget, the ancestral celebration is going to be this Saturday coming up at Belle Isle at sunrise. So we talking like prior to 7. You want to get there like 6:45, 6:30, early in the morning. I have the flyer on my pages. So if anybody's interested, it's a beautiful, beautiful celebration. We wear white if you can. If not, it's all right. And bring some what do you call it? Oh goodness, something for the altar.
Offerings to the
Thank you, Mama. Thank you. I don't know what that word was. Yes, bring offerings for the altar. And if you don't know, you can look it up. There's usually fruit and honey and coins and flowers, things that Oya would like. You can look up the different orishas and look up information about the altars, because that's what I do. I love doing research, and I'll go research something, to find out deeper of what is required. And if you don't know, and it's okay to go and find out. But it's a very interactive event. We light candles for our ancestors. We heal ourselves by putting water on the nape of our neck and then the forehead, which is a very beautiful thing. My mother attended in, I forgot what year it was. I don't know if it was 2011. And she said that after she did that, she hadn't been able to stand up on her leg comfortably, because in the back of your leg on the inside, every spot, every bin has a place that's like a trash can, if you will, that the fluids go into, deposit in to be taken out of the body, right? Okay. And so my mother's, that whatever that portion was, it was filling up and it wouldn't release. And so my mother had a hard time standing up. She said after we did that blessing, that healing session, she said she was able to stand up. And my mother got her eyes open to African culture. And because she'd been such a religious woman, I had begun to search for something deeper, because I knew there was something deeper than what religion was offering. And I said, we have to have more than this, and went and studied the Yoruba. So when I go to the ancestral celebration, I learned deeper about our culture. So my mother came and she began to embrace that. And that just really opened us up as mother and daughter too, opening up that spiritual realm. And so my mother began to come, and every year she would invite different sister friends. And then when she got ill and she knew that her time, that her time was coming, she told me, Angie, you're going to take me to that place where we did our ritual, our ancestral ritual. So we also took my dad there. And then my mother's, of course, it's because it's the time, but I'm looking on Facebook today, and my mother's a moment of release was there. I was like, my mother and father keep showing up together, and this is really creepy with these two. I'm like, I love their consistency, but it is just tripping me out. Even with my father's his box for his ashes, the person who I guess it was the company that did the process. The person's name was SLW, and I was like, it's Sandra Lee Wall. I was like, are you kidding me? Really? So all these connections of my mother and father with my father, because I really felt strongly that my mother was present when my dad was crossing over. I was like, you know what, y'all funny, y'all came here together and y'all gonna be together. My father, be assistant when the whole process was going down with my dad. I was like, this, it just made it. It just I really didn't have time to like. I don't know if I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm supposed to do something in this grief process, even though I don't know what it is. But I feel like I get to do it a different way because of the way my mother and father were in person and in spirit. It's just really phenomenal. I'm just these two. They just keep me laughing. I'm telling you. But yeah, so Kate, getting back on track, I just wanted to ask, how did you come to be in this world of pottery and clay? Were you a mud pie child when you were little? Did you play with mud pies?
I do have some painted rocks. So I was always, an artsy, as they say, artsy fartsy kind of person. My mother, I'm an only child, but my mother is one of eight, and so I was with my first cousins. There are 14 of us, almost every other weekend, and so we were doing something all the time. And but yeah, I was in the Art Institute, Children's Museum, Historical Museum. So there was always some kind of activity as far as the arts were concerned, and she seemed to get me in. And I got in back into and also I worked with Charles McGee. She also used to model for him back in the day. I got several pieces of his. I guess you could say my collection. My godmothers were big collectors, and we used to have consignment pieces in our house. And so, back in those days, they did the cocktail parties and bridge clubs and all those kind of things where, folks got together. And so that was another way for him to sell his art, out of our house. But Gallery 7, which was on 6 Mile next to Lou's Deli, across from Mary Grove, was one of his first studios. So that's where my love of art, ceramics or sculpturing really came through drawing. And then, later in life, I went to Cass and graduated from there. Went to Spelman for a couple years and came back. Went to U of D for my undergrad as well as graduate. And so I got away from the art, and it wasn't until I took a class with my kids at they were in Itaki, Taliba. And Ida Hawkins was their art teacher, and she is one of my most favorite beautiful artist friends now. But they did a class for adults, and there was a sister there. Matter of fact, her name too is Sandra. I can't think of Sandra's last name. Lord Jesus, I can see her face as big as day. But anyway, so she taught the class for adults, and I inquired about this is fun. I enjoyed this. What else do you all do? And she said, oh, well, go on down to Pewabic and check things out. They have classes for adults. And so I did. And that's kind of how as they say, the dream started. So I took a class. In that class was a woman who also just starting with Pewabic. She was in charge of education. And I inquired about a job. And she turned me on to the sister who, or actually, she white woman, one of our European sisters, and it was in production, and she says, okay, it's a lot, in production, with lifting and pulling, and are you able to lift 50 pounds on a regular basis? And I'm like, at the time I was in my 40s, I was like, oh, I got this, I can do this, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, yeah, okay, you got the 2 babies at home, all right. You're already getting signs of carpal tunnel, but we're gonna do this. So she said, well, let me turn you on to somebody else and see how things go with them. It's in the education department. And so I did meet a sister, Erica. It's a shame I can't think of Erica's last name, but anyway, but she went to Cass, and she's about 10 years younger than me. We had some of the same teachers. And so she said, I think this would be a good match for you to and be an after school teacher, teach ceramics to kids in the after school program at predominantly DPS schools. I said, great. So that was about this time. Well, it was really June, July. I took the class. I came back in September after the holiday, got the job, and I was with them until I opened up my studio 10 plus years later. A friend again, I was staying in a university district. She said, "Kay, they're trying to redo the Avenue of Fashion. Are you interested, in being a part of that?" I thought because of the neighborhood, maybe you could bring some art to this area because it was an art initiative with the Detroit Economic Growth Revolve program. Um, Went to a meeting, which was a New Prospect, met some folks, and they were doing a pop up at what is now the pop up shop next to Simply Casual, and actually had a business partner at that time. Um, Went in, we did 20 workshops, meaning paint your own pottery in an hour. And so they were very impressed with that. And they thought, well, maybe you guys would be interested in doing, and open up the business, being part of the process. And so I submitted an application. Partnership with Swan didn't work out, but we both, I don't know if she submitted something, but I know I did. And I connected with a young lady that was at Pewabic. We both wanted to leave because we were having such a hard time with our boss at the time. And I won. We won a third of the entire votes out of 100 plus applicants. And that's how Art in Motion started. And Art in Motion technically was my personal name for my own art. I had started, my own Inc. or LLC at the time because I was starting, to sell my own things with my cousin, who we still do things now. Robin King Jewelry. She does. She's married to Oscar King right now. Everybody knows him, Reverend Doctor. And but we started a jewelry show at my house, and showing jewelry, showing my ceramics, and that's kind of how things led on to where I am right now. So that's, as I said, that's the story of how it started, and we went on from there.
That's awesome. So, Kay, and if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask. But I just wanted to say one of your signature pieces that I love, love, love is is it the wind chimes that you make? The mobiles.
Snowmobiles, yeah. That was, we make them, but it really started out with a program that Yvette Jenkins, who has Love Travels Imports. So she too is there were 4 Black female businesses that started on the Avenue, and Yvette, myself was one, Good Cakes and Bakes with April, and Detroit Fiberworks with Mandisa and Najma. And but Alternative for Girls came to Yvette and asked her if she would make some type of donation. So she said, well, I really don't have the funds to make a donation. She says, but maybe I could give you an experience with the girls. And so she did. And we had 4 sets of groups that ladies that came in. They did a tour of the Avenue of Fashion and visiting of like 5 or 6 different locations just to get a background of what the different entrepreneurs were doing on the Avenue. And so they made these wind chime pieces, and we gave them a choice of 4 different colors that we would use. And so we ended up making these long strands of wind chimes, I guess you can call them. And we were part of the design festival, which which is always every September. And we were at this architectural firm downtown. Shoot, I hate to say it, I'm having one of them. The morning sessions are CRS disease, but it's one of the largest architectural firms downtown. And they did a display of what we did, and we got big recognition from that. And so that seems to be a real popular thing. But actually, the most popular thing most people want to do now is to throw on the wheel. Everybody wants to have their ghost moment. And so I always tell folks, if you haven't seen the movie Ghost, go see it. It's with Whoopi Goldberg. Excuse me. Demi Moore, Patrick Swayze. But yeah, a lot of people want to experience that, and it's always funny. People say, "Oh, I want to make a vase, and I want to make this, and I want to do that." And I always ask them, I said, "What do you do for a living?" And I said, and how long did it take you to be a
Mm,
professional at that
mm,
job? I said, because what you see on the, on the shelf on the counter, those are made by professionals. It took them decades to get that well. That's
mm.
why they make it over and over. It's made from a
Right.
mold. I said, but come in and enjoy the experience. That's what I try to encourage people to do. And I said, because you're gonna learn a skill that you've never even thought that, wow, I didn't think it would take this much effort. And it really, really does. But it's worth the effort, if it's something that you want to do. That was a hand built piece, yeah. That was made from a mold. Girl, I remember you doing that. That is so funny. Yeah, oh my
So
God.
this is my experience with art in motion. And what I did was the way my piece came together, it kind of separated. So I put paint where the separations were. But I made a triangular footed
Mm,
vessel. I got
yes.
3 feet. And so my cracks have my paint in them.
Glaze.
Where I didn't mesh it together really good, and that's a part of that process. You learn now I know that I did this. I know that I need to work the piece to get, what is that? What would that be? Air bubbles? Okay.
Well,
Air or
technically, you made that in a mold, and
Mhm.
and this piece can be made several different ways. It's a coil. You use what you use were coils, pieces of clay that you clump together that you pressed inside of a mold. Now the
Okay.
inside you smoothed out, which made it usable, to hold water or anything like that. But the
Hmm.
outside is still part of the decoration. And so, yeah, your choice was to fill it in, with the glaze, and to highlight where the pieces came together.
Oh,
So, but
yeah.
yeah, that's a hand built piece. But yeah, I get folks to hand build things, throw stuff on the wheel, paint their own pottery. But it's just really just about that imagination and taking it where you want it to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
I really like I actually like to watch people work the wheel, because it is, you see them in control, and all of a sudden the thing goes lump. It goes,
Yep.
it
Yep.
falls
And
over. So you
that's exactly how it happens. And look, and it's funny because I should say my more experienced students, when they try to fill in for me, I always say, okay, guys, remember, you are teaching somebody that's never had this experience. They're going to do it one time maybe, and so you need to teach it in that aspect.
okay.
And so they're always very, they get very serious, and how they hold the clay and applying the water. And I was like, that ain't gonna work, people. I said, but I'll tell folks all the time. I said, 90% of my folks use too much water. Also,
Okay.
90% don't listen.
We just talked about we just
Okay. And so I tell folks, I said, you get excited, you're into the clay, and you want to have that experience. Well, I want to press the clay. And we all press things in our lives. Think about how many things in life that you do, over and over again. Or maybe you've done it for the first time and you say, I know what I'm doing. I can get this. Okay, cool. And I looked at him, I was like, all right, good. I'm right. It's just clay. You can start all over again, but some do, some get it right on the first time, some stop. But the main thing is having that experience. And I tell folks all the time when people call me and say, well, I said, how'd you find out about me? And they say, oh, like, I'd probably say 8 or 9 times out of 10, it's usually through Google. And
okay.
it's usually cut from the reviews that they've seen. I tell folks all the
Mm,
time, I said, I got that 4.8 out of 5 for a reason.
okay.
I said,
Okay.
okay, I said, because I'm gonna give you the experience of a lifetime. You're gonna at least enjoy yourself to this one good time. Now, if you
Mhm.
come back to me, that makes it all even more worthwhile. But referrals are even better. Coming back for that experience and just trying something new. And not even if it's not with me, whatever else you want to do in life, not being afraid to have that experience and taking that risk.
I just did. I just made that. I just said that quote that Haru sent me this morning. He said, if you don't take the risk, you'll keep doing the same shit over and over again.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, even for our young people too, and even for our older adults, I say it all the time. I said, you can keep doing the same stuff over and over, but you are going to get the same results.
Yep.
Now, depending on what results you want, okay, you know.
Right. Right.
But I also tell them, everything is about practice, and I remind people, an engineer, the cars you drive in, start with
Mm.
clay.
Okay.
The space that we live in, our house, our office space, all that's with clay. What you got outside that we walking on, got clay too.
Mm.
So
Mm.
it's all about how you want to work your experience. And you if there wasn't a potter, we wouldn't be alive. If you think about it, pottery goes back before Christ, from the beginning. It's the way we
Okay.
store our products.
Mm-hmm.
Urns, our food, our life, what you eat off of.
Yep.
A
Cook.
potter,
You're
a
cooking.
potter had to make that.
I
And
never thought about that like that.
everything
Yeah, yeah.
that you see is dimensional can be made with clay. I
Because
got
they make clay
magazines.
models.
I'm sorry.
I said they make the clay models first.
Right. Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And when you break it down to people like that, they're like, I never thought about it like that. I was like, yeah,
Right,
that's
right.
just part of life. Everything starts with the clay. Some kind of form
Some
has
kind
to
of
be made.
molding. Yeah, some kind of
Yes.
molding. We were molded. Yeah,
Absolutely.
we were
Absolutely. I
molded.
mean, it's part of the scripture. I'm the potter, you're the clay. You know.
Good
Because
stuff.
you have,
Good talk.
you have your food, which is very, very important, but you also have to have a vessel in which to cook it and to store it in. I never thought about that.
Yep. Yep.
Never.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I'm up, y'all.
I know.
Got
I
them
said,
You
kids.
up?
oh, Passion
Passion
stepped
time.
in, got her
Yep.
ass out the
Got me out the
bed here.
bed. I'm
Nobody
up
walking
now.
around.
Shoot.
I
Got to
love
open
it.
up the
I said,
line.
oh, she stepped into. You know what? It's when she went to the in the beginning. When she went into the beginning, she stepped deep down into that hole and said, it just lifted her up.
Yeah.
Right. Look, the
Lord,
voice was
it's
deep.
really in passion now.
We only had a forehead, voice was deep, but that's how Reverend Omani start off. I love it. Y'all two of a kind. Y'all two of a kind. I love
See,
it.
You
gotta
just
keep it
had
real.
an Elizabeth experience.
Yeah. Yeah. You've been Elizabeth. So,
See?
okay, let me
Yes.
ask you, do you have any Elizabeths in your world? Do you have someone named Elizabeth in your world?
That's interesting. I had the first person when you said that, is one of my students, and her name is Beth, but I'm sure her name is Elizabeth.
Uh-huh.
And she's a teacher, lives in the hood on Inverness. Okay, now so y'all know where that is.
So don't mess with her. Don't mess with her.
Wait. She from Iowa.
Mhm.
Okay. She and her guy are both from Iowa.
Uh-huh.
But she is the most down white chick I've met in a long time. Extremely oh wait, and she teaches in Hamtramck.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
So she's my new Elizabeth
All
because
right.
just her talent, just to see the things that she's doing,
Mm.
I'm very encouraged by just seeing her being encouraged. She started off with me. She hadn't done anything
Mm-hmm.
on the wheel, she said, in about maybe 10 years.
Wow.
She was working with maybe starting out with a pound of clay on the wheel.
Okay.
She's now working with 3 or 4 pounds. She is
Wow.
doing exceptional work. This is the first year that I have 1, 2, 3. I got 3, almost 4 artists that are in shows this year, fairs,
Mm.
from
Wow.
Palmer Park, Belle Isle, Funky Ferndale,
Uh-huh.
um, shoot, what's another one? Berkeley.
Oh,
So
wow.
that is phenomenal to see that that I've been encouraging to
Yeah.
other young artists to get
Yeah.
out there. And I'm talking about being in fairs for the first time.
Mm. And we
So
talking about they usually have a few pieces.
yeah, but we're talking every single one of them have done something and doing exceptional job. I had this one young lady, Lindsay. Our teacher taught. Matter of fact, she's taught abroad more than she has taught here. She was part of the
Okay.
Wuhan
Oh,
COVID thing when it started. Came back here and started with me, and that must have been 2020.
uh-huh.
And came back last year after the end of COVID, but just got tired of teaching and walked
Mm.
into my studio, and she's been with me, shoot, almost a year now. Had her
Wow.
first show at the, what is it, Majestic
Uh-huh.
downtown.
Yeah.
Sold 24 pieces, made
Damn.
$400 last week. First time doing a show. I was
That's like,
like, okay. So, to see that and to know that my artists are doing those kind of things, that fills my heart. That makes me feel
yeah.
good. That makes me know, okay, you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I'm there to encourage people. I'm
Right.
there to
It
uplift folks. I'm there to,
artist.
give people an opportunity. As they say, make that moment count. I'm making
Right.
those moments count, and
Right.
that makes it worth it for me for sure.
I love it. So we
But
have
I would say that's my Elizabeth. When you talk about Elizabeth,
yes.
that would be my Elizabeth for right now.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I'm looking at this. I'm seeing this project. I'm looking because Mama Evelyn, she does a lot of sayings and pieces with sayings on them. And I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, I'm seeing this mobile type clay pottery mobile in additional to the pieces with the words of encouragement on them, also hanging in a mobile form,
Mhm.
a collaboration. So I'm just
All
having little dreams pop up in my mind. I love it. I love it. So Kate, tell us about the log cabin celebration on Sunday too.
So, one thing I have said I wanted to do in this last year was do things more art involved. I do a whole lot of other stuff, I'm in all these kind of different organizations, through the years. But I said, Kay, you're coming up on 10 years in your business. You need to be part truly of the art culture and being part of these art organizations. And so, the Scare Club has been one. The people for Palmer Park are I guess you could say the main ones that I've been engaged with because I've been a part of Palmer Park almost since they started having the fair a few years ago. Mark Loeb and Vicky Elmer. Mark is the main promoter with Integrity Shows. Um, Asked me to be a part of it, and I did. It was just okay. That first year, they were, I guess, charging people. I charge folks to make some pottery pieces. It was just okay. So Mark came back the following year and approached me about being a sponsor, and meaning that I could showcase my things for free, but yet I would be part of all his sponsorship and all his publicity. And I was like, let's do that. So I have, and so that is how I got engaged with doing the Palmer Park events. So now the people from Palmer Park are basically, folks that lived in the neighborhood and have wanted to do things in that area in terms of reviving it. And if you've seen, they've got the market, the farmers market on Wednesdays. Matter of fact, that's today. I believe it's from 4 to 8 or 4 to 7.
Mm-hmm.
They have changed many things in the park. I do Tai Chi on Tuesdays, which I did last night from 7 to 8. It's free. Right there at 7 Mile and Pontchartrain. They have a yoga session on Saturdays, I believe, at 9 o'clock, where they used to have the sprinkler. Well, they have the sprinklers now, where the pool used
The
to be.
pool used to be okay.
Yep. So now it's just the sprinklers right now. A sprinkler pool is really what it is.
Right.
And so this Sunday now, well, also they're trying to do things with the log cabin. they have done a lot with it. They put a kitchen in and just redid the floors.
Mhm.
So they're making the park more shoppable, for everybody to enjoy and enjoy the history. They erected a sculpture a couple weeks ago at the entrance, or as I say, maybe entrance exit of the pond. It's a big yellow piece that I guess used to be there decades ago. They took it down, had it refurbished, and reinstalled that. They're trying to do different things, in the area to revive it. They did the tennis courts. I think they built a pickleball area.
Mhm.
But anyway, this
Somebody
son,
put me, what the hell is pickleball?
Is that frisbee basketball stuff?
I think it's similar to that, and also like a what do you call it? A ping. It's like ping ball.
Okay, my
Ping ball.
spirit just told me to Google it. I'll Google it.
There you go. That Google do it for you every time.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so they're trying to this weekend. It's just another event, trying to get folks going on what's happening on Livernois in Palmer Park, to expose the log cabin and just everything that's going on in that general area. So they're having dance and song, and they're having a hat contest, where they're making paper hats out of newspaper. So yeah, it's just just some fun stuff, and it's free. It's free. The only thing they ask for are people to volunteer, to help, put it on.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And when is Light Up Livernois?
Light Up Livernois, Lord Jesus. So, Rufus Bartell has taken that over, and it is the first Saturday of July. July the 1st. So it's actually in 2 weeks, less than 10 days.
I'm telling you, to be here before you know it.
It'll be here before you know it. That's for sure. And so with that, they are, I'm trying to understand Rufus's what his plan is, what he wants to do. They want to. Is it a party, or of course it's this collaboration of all the businesses coming together and doing their thing. I did hear that Juneteenth they had tents, businesses engaged all up and down Livernois, which was wonderful. So I'm going to assume it's going to be the same thing with the Light Up Livernois event. In the past, when I don't know if everybody knows the history of why there is a Light Up Livernois. Should I explain that?
Yes, please.
Okay. So when they revamped the avenue, that was the whole point of the DEGC Revive program, and everybody has heard of Motor City Match, correct?
Right.
So I am one of the incubator babies of Motor City Match. That's why Motor City Match was started after Revive program, because they realized how much chaos there was with landlords and businesses around the city. And so Duggan developed or decided on 14 different areas throughout the city to revamp. And Avenue of Fashion happened to be one of the first. But because we as Black folk still act like crabs in the barrel, it is still difficult for us to get along and to work together. There are 4 different organizations on the Avenue of Fashion. Yeah, I'm taking y'all through my house. You can see I am up, but I got to get ready to go to work. There are 4 different areas. Yeah, I'm Art in Motion. That's for sure. That they are trying to, like I said, trying to revamp in the area around the city, and Avenue of Fashion is one. The issue is that, again, it's just trying to get us all to work together, to come together to make it happen. And so that's why, things have happened on the avenue the way they have, and it's still an issue. We all smile in each other's face, but unfortunately, we still silently. I can't even say silently.
We
still
different.
stab
We
each other in the
different.
back.
We different.
Whatever. So I try to stay in my lane as much as I can.
Right.
However, it does. It's interesting now because they have a gentleman, and I told him literally last week. I said, "Oh, so they put the white space to make it right?"
Mm,
I said,
mm,
okay.
mm.
And so he said, "Yeah." He said, "I know." And I said, "Well, I'm glad now you understand how it feels." So,
Right.
but either way, um, that's the whole thing about light up Livernois. It was started because there was no lights on Livernois.
Oh,
So they got
dang.
some lights.
Okay.
Yeah, there were no lights. That was the beginning. There were no lights there. There was no lights in Palmer Park. Nothing.
I never knew.
Nothing.
And
So
I remember when they redid it, they told him you gonna bring these lights because Livernois has different lights from other areas. They
that's
have
why.
a light at top and a light that the street, and then one for the sidewalk. It's a double.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. It's a very
I'm
special.
saying that was major. All those were all meetings that all of us were, had an option to go to
Right.
decide what we wanted to look at.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how the Light Up Livernois thing started. And
Okay.
unfortunately, the nonprofit that was started on Livernois, those who started it didn't know what to do with it, didn't handle it, so it was lost.
Oh
Mhm.
no.
And that benefit, even today, could have helped us in major ways to get more funding.
But it
But
would have caused everybody. I'm sorry, I dropped my. It didn't break. Yay! Sorry
you'd
about
have to
that.
make another one.
Or use some more paint, glue
I
and
did
paint.
good. It did not break. It didn't break. It didn't break. So that means I read it. It's nice and thick. It's a nice thick bowl.
That's thick,
But
yeah.
one of the things that I thought was special that I saw that happen was I see that what did Prospect give up their parking lot? Is the city paying for them now to have that? Because there's a new free parking lot next to the what's the name of the Coney Island where they used to have the art thing every week.
Yes, that was
Put a parking lot on Livernois. I think that's special.
so the church. So when everybody knows who Wilma is, she used to be at Hartford, got New Prospect Church, and when she came there, she came out on the avenue, and she talked to one of her folks, at least Reverend Ron Copeland, if anybody knows him, and said, "I want you to buy up everything that you can." This on, and so they did.
Okay.
And so that's how they got that property. They have the one next to me, and they also have the one that's next to Petty Cash and Crime.
Okay. What you say?
And so they it was major negotiations. That's another, think about it. The church don't have a minister. They ain't had, Wilma been gone now, it's what, 7 years?
What?
And they still trying to figure that out too. That's a whole nother, more history.
Because they have a lot of Prospect has a lot of property on
yeah. Well, anyway, so but yes, the city, it finally got with them to give up that parking lot. And do you know that parking lot has been available to us probably about 3 months? And I swear to God, I've only seen one, maybe 2 cars at the most ever parked there anytime. So I am hoping that this summer they will bring more people out to park there because it's free. Yes.
Yeah, and you can park there and ride your bike. They got a nice bike trail.
Yep. So, okay, I have a question. Kay, where's your shop on Livernois?
So I'm next to Lot C, which is just north of Pembroke.
Okay.
Okay, and the Lot B, which is the one in front of U-Haul. That's the one that's free.
Okay.
And then their main lot is off of Stokel. That's the one that they built when they built the community center.
Okay.
And the other lot, which I've just recently found out, was bought by, excuse me, rented by. You remember where the a place called Conversations? It was right next to the Heidelberg office on that corner of Norfolk. They opened during COVID, and unfortunately closed during that time too. And somebody else has purchased the building, but they have told them that in order for them to get the building, they had to have a parking lot. So they have rented the parking lot next to Petty Cash. And they're going to, it's getting ready to get really interesting on the avenue. They're going to valet their folks from there. Now, here's crazy. Petty Cash had every opportunity to rent that lot,
but they didn't take it.
But let's just say they played the game. And New Prospect folks, they old school. They're not playing. So it was like, oh, okay. So that's gonna be interesting how things are gonna be moving forward with them. But yeah, so they have that lot. It's now been enclosed, and I'm not sure when that rest.
You talking about the lot? Okay, so Petty Cash is the old Miley. Am I correct? Was it Miley? Okay, so
yes.
So the lot that they have right next to them is
no. It's that large lot that's between
on the other side
them and Prime America, where Lolita is.
Right, because they only have so much space at Petty Cash
That's right. And guess what? That's all they got. They could have had that along with the other lot, but that's all they have is that little bitty space, and they only use that for valet. So people literally are parking as far as I am and walking to them.
And they don't know about the free lot.
Well, I think we are still very spoiled community, and we ain't trying to walk. We from the Motor City. We want to look. Hey, we want to right at the door. Drop me off at the door, and don't give me no hassle. And you better clean that snow up and get the weeds out of the cracks. So yeah, it is what it is. So just saying. But yeah, so that's part of the game, and not working together, and this is to me, I just know it's just going to cause probably more dissension as the time wears on.
We're gonna say that it's gonna cause some coming together. Oh Lord,
yeah, that's because somebody's going to win and somebody's going to have to suffer just a little bit longer. It's all good.
Right. It is. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. Well, I know.
Did I answer that question? I'm sorry, I was going off on a tangent on everything else. Making me a smoothie, y'all.
What you putting in it?
Let's see. I have blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, banana, juice, peach yogurt, spinach, and try to get this pineapple cut put in here too.
Okay, that sounds amazing.
I'm trying to
joy. Sounds like a joyful smoothie.
Yes.
Well, did anyone have any other things to share? Any more happenings this weekend besides our ancestral celebration and the log cabin celebration?
This is last year's celebration, the ancestors.
Yeah.
It's the first one I had attended.
How did you enjoy it,
Oh
Queen?
my God. Well, here you go. Just seeing people. I mean, that's wonderful. This is let me see. It's 11 seconds. How you start? Yeah.
started with our procession down to the riverfront as soon as our drummers get situated.
Yeah, just showing you the things that happens. I think this is when she starts singing. Oh, yeah, that's him blowing the horn.
The car, the conch shell. That's a conch shell.
Yeah, yeah, thanks. Yeah, it was amazing.
So one of the things I want to share,
Yes, honey.
I was just gonna say, if you have a loved one and you have their obituary or a picture of them that have passed away, please take it with you. They will put it on the altar for you, to put so you can honor your person as well. It's very open for that.
The dancing, the intensity. Look at that. That's intense.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm glad you captured these pictures, but it's amazing to be in a group and celebrate your people. There's always someone to embrace you, to hold you, to hold space for you. And you know, and it lets you know our community is so much bigger than we think it is. Yeah. Yeah.
Look at that. That's just
And we look good in some white. I know I can only wear my white be white one day, but honey, when we wear white, it's so powerful, it's majestic, and it's serene, and
Ooh, Mama Jara.
yeah.
How long is this service?
I'm not sure. Because I had to go somewhere last year. Me and Amani started out maybe I think at 5 o'clock in the morning because I wanted to go, but I had to do something else. So we went really early, but it's supposed to be a sunrise. It starts like at 7 o'clock in the morning. Or that's why I say get there about 6:30, 6:45, because you might want to just stand there and breathe. But being there that early in the morning and watching that sun come up, it's, oh my gosh, it's majestic. But you want to be covered because the mosquitoes, I want you to be covered from your rooter to your toe to get your ankles, your arms. Don't leave nothing uncovered. Okay, you see people walking in there with short sleeves on, that's all right, but have your covering, okay? Because you will get bit up. That's that dewy, that early morning dew. So just cover. You see, she covered. You see how she covered, see? You want to cover your rooter to your toe, the ankles and wrists. Don't leave nothing out there. If I can find it.
Come on, sister.
Yep.
So yeah, this is all the stuff that goes on. It was amazing. Look at this picture. I love it. I love it.
Trying to find, attempting to find this picture. Where the picture?
Look at that. Oh my goodness.
Posted it on Facebook. Okay. I don't see
Yeah,
it.
just wanted to, I had some pictures so y'all could see how it, I think this is Peace. Is it? Oh, that's Star. His
Mhm.
daughters. Yep. Well.
It's that time.
It is coming upon that time. So this is this weekend, dear?
The
Yes.
24th, yes. The
Okay.
24th,
Yes.
June 24th, Saturday. I
I had-
had it on my stories, but it looked like it's gone. I have to go back and get it. I'll send it. I'll put it in the
What-
WhatsApp.
Okay.
Mhm.
I just had one question for Kay. Is pottery the only thing you do in your studio there? Is it just the pottery, or do you?
Yes,
Okay.
just pottery. I don't do glass. Even though I sell stained glass,
Mm.
because I have an artist that is that. But yeah, all I do is just the pottery.
Okay.
So you can wheel throw, hand build, sculpt, paint your own pottery. Those are all the things that I do there. I have 2 kilns on site, 8 wheels, slab roller, extruder. So all those are things that revolve around working with pottery.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, do you still have those other rooms available, or have you rented have someone in those other rooms?
Oh, now this place is totally different from the other one. The other one I had 5, but I had the cray landlord
Okay.
who's still cray.
Uh-huh.
Had to add that, and but I have 2, and both of them have been rented.
Okay,
One
good.
is
Let me make
with
sure that was
Yvette.
still okay.
Oh yeah, one is Yvette. She's still there with me. Love Travels Imports.
Right.
And then I have Sugar Baby Knits, Marcella
Oh,
Patillo, and she does handcrafted knitwear,
awesome.
felting. Yep, and you'll see them both also at Easter Market a lot as well.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Mhm,
All
mhm.
right,
What's
fam.
her, Kay, what's the name of your business and address? I was trying to see it in the, I was looking in the chat.
I'm sorry to put it in there. Art in Motion, Ceramic Studio and Gallery, 19939 Livernois, just north of Pembroke.
What's your phone number, dear?
313
Mhm.
980 1265.
Yeah, Mama Head, let's create an outing to go over there.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
I
How many
think
people can you handle, Kay?
Well, I had 60 plus people for my band session, but we was all kind of tight. But normally I tell folks, 2025 is
Mhm.
usually very comfortable
Mm-hmm.
for paint your own pottery kind of section.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I always tell folks, it depends on what you want to do. If it's just this group on here, everybody might want to throw on the wheel. That's a new experience. But either way, whatever you do, I always tell folks, give yourself a couple of hours,
Mm-hmm.
to bring, especially bringing food or libations, whatever to enjoy yourself with. That always takes time.
Yeah. Well, Mama Head will organize it, so she'll get with you and
Mm-hmm.
then we can create something fun.
Absolutely. Yep, I just sent my information out too.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Kay, for coming in.
You're welcome. Thanks for inviting me. This was wonderful.
Yes, and sharing your Elizabeth experience, and then coming and talking right along the lines of what we were already talking about. I love how
See,
energy flows like
it
that. And
does all the time.
you've now been inducted as an Elizabeth.
Hey,
I'm enjoying
thank
this
you.
time.
Yes,
Thank you so
yes.
much, ladies. Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right.
Yeah.
Love you much. All right,
you.
Mama Queen. Anybody have any announcements they wanted to share? No, if not,
No.
go ahead and get our hugs in. Y'all
Get our
ready?
hugs in.
Stretch it out.
Hug yourself.
I'm in there too.
Where the
Yes.
little people Where you are? Where are you?
They getting hugged. They getting hugged up double time. Lolly got them. Yes.
And hug the world. Because we know the world needs some hugs. They need some love. And then sprinkle all that good candy and goodness and sweetness and stuff, the healthy ones, the healthy sweetness, right?
Yes.
And I want to say we're gonna hold we're gonna hold that the liver noise people
Mm-hmm.
going to have an epiphany and come together like they're supposed to. So we feel like we're supposed to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank
And
you.
Kay, we're here 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, same time,
Okay.
8 to 10.
Okay.
Tomorrow is Reverend Omani's what do we change this stuff?
Manifestation.
Well, yeah, right. Manifestation.
Therapeutic
Therapeutic Thursdays. And
Yes.
we're talking about manifestation and such. And then we have Friday, which is purpose and passion.
I'm changing my class
creating-
to Transformational Thursdays.
Transformational
Oh, that's
Thursday.
perfect. That's perfect. Yeah. Yeah. And so there we are. And I love you all. Peace and love. And I love you all. And peace and love. And I love you all. And peace and love. And love you all. Bye. Hey, Jackie.
Hey, everybody.
Bye.
Take care. Have a
Love you
blessed day.
guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
You know how I feel.